Hello, I'm Darrell Holland with your Woodsman Tip of the Month. In this segment, I'd like to share with you the importance of annealing your brass when it comes to precision reloading. It's very important that we anneal the cartridge cases to exponentially increase case life. It also is going to eliminate split necks. It improves our grip consistency on the bullet, which improves our accuracy as well as our standard deviations in velocity. So it's very important that we anneal our brass if you're concerned with accuracy, standard deviations in the long-range game. Today we're going to be demonstrating the Bench Source Vertex annealing machine. In my opinion, it's one of the better annealing machines on the market. It's very well thought out. It's simple and easy to use. It's got a simple control panel here that you can work with. We've got the on switch. We've got a rheostat here so we can adjust the amount of time that the cartridge case is under the flame to get the proper temperature for annealing. We have our auto resource here which will start the machine. The cartridge case will rotate around the flame, giving us uniform heat coverage, and then auto index over providing the next case. Now, when it comes to proper temperatures, 675 to 700 degrees is about the right temperature to properly anneal the cartridge case. You're going to want to adjust your torch height to where the flame is coming in at the neck-shoulder junction of the cartridge case. This will provide an annealing point just below the shoulder-body junction, but not too much below that so we don't anneal the important strength portion of the cartridge case. So with our tanks properly aligned now, we're going to go ahead and use a product called Templac, which will melt at that 675 to 700 degrees. This allows us to properly adjust our machine for the duration for these particular cartridge cases to remain under the flame. So we'll take that and just paint a little bit around, and I like doing 2 or 3 samples. For cases that are worn out or range pickups of the same type of brass, it's good to have a pile of these around. We're going to paint them up with the Templac, get our machine running, and then we can properly adjust the time and duration, and then we're ready to run a lot of brass. Don't get it on too thick, just a nice uniform coating. Put the cap back on. Go ahead and light our torches up here. Okay, you can watch the blue flame. That's the hottest part of the flame, so we want to adjust that back just a little bit. Don't want to melt the brass. Okay, so somewhere around 1 inch of protrusion is about right. We're going to go ahead and set cartridge case in here, turn our machine on. We're running now at about a 4-second delay when the cartridge case comes in. Let's see what it does with the Templac. When the Templac starts to turn color to kind of a clear operation with just about the right temperature, I think we need a little bit more, so we're going to increase it to about 5. Insert another piece of brass. And I want to turn a black into kind of a clear color once we've achieved the right temperature. So watch closely now as this next cartridge case comes into play. We're turning black. Now we're turning to that clear mode. I think that's just about right. We'll run one more just to make sure. Maybe tweak it up just a little bit. Okay, that looks about right. You'll see some people that literally turn the case neck a cherry red. At that point, you've just ruined a cartridge case. Take your time in the adjustment of it. You definitely don't want to turn the brass red. Now, as we insert some fresh cartridge cases, we're going to give you a close-up on the camera, and you can see the change in the brass coloring, telling us we're getting a proper annealing. Okay? Watch closely now as we come under the flame with about a 5.5 second delay. can see the brass turn color now, and it just comes down below the shoulder junction. You can see the color case change in this portion of the case, providing us a perfectly annealed cartridge case. I like to anneal my competition brass every second to third loading. This allows me maximum case life, uniform neck consistency, and above all, improved accuracy and velocity standard deviations from shot to shot, which takes the vertical stringing out of my groups at long range. The machines are kind of expensive. It's going to set you back roughly $600, maybe a bit more, but in the long run, they're worth every penny. That's been your tech tip on how to improve your reloading techniques. I'm Darrell Holland for Woodsman Tip of the Month.